The opinions expressed in the video you are about to see are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Rinker needed to create a boat to fill a gap between their 18 and 21-foot boats, and they did it with this 196 Captiva. And to appeal to a wider audience, they came up with a sterndrive and an outboard version. Today, we're going to take the sterndrive version and put it through a full performance test. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. The helm's a very nice orderly layout. There's a trim gauge over on the left-hand side. Two large gauges will be a tack and a speedometer with a 4-in-1 gauge in the center and a depth gauge over on the right-hand side. A flat area with not much going on, and I'd like to see this recessed to the point where it could hold stuff. Rocker switches underneath, a drink holder on the right-hand side, ignition and blower on the left-hand side, and over on the right-hand side, circuit breakers and a 12-volt supply. I like the Italian ISATA steering wheel. It's flat at the bottom, so when you pivot, your legs won't be hitting the wheel, and of course, it's a tilt wheel. I'm happy to see that when I'm seated, I'm looking right through the windshield rather than staring at a windshield frame. And of course, up on top on the bolster, I'm right above it all anyway. With the walkthrough in the closed position, you lift up the entire sun pad to expose the engine. In this case, a Volvo Penta 4.3 GI 200 horse V6. Plenty of room to get all around the engine for the regular maintenance checks. Even doing minor maintenance work is a no-brainer. The battery is secured in a tray over on the port-hand side, and it's strapped in place so it won't be moving. And look at this over on the side, a very deep waste compartment. There's empty space over on the side. I'd like to see cargo netting so that you can put some milk crates to store more items.
Our Rinker 196 Captiva had a length overall of 19 feet 6 inches, a beam of 8 feet, and a draft of 34 inches. With an empty weight of 3,150 pounds, 2 people on board and full fuel, we had a test weight of 3,802 pounds. With a 200 horsepower Volvo Penta 4.3 GI doing the heavy work, we reached a top speed of 41.8 miles per hour at 4,800 RPM. At that speed, we were burning 13.6 gallons per hour while getting 3.08 miles per gallon for a range of 117 miles. Best cruise came in at 3,500 RPM with a speed of 29.7 miles per hour. Now we were burning only 7.9 gallons per hour while getting 3.8 miles per gallon for a range of 143 miles. Our time to plane was 4.6 seconds. We reached 20 miles per hour in 6.7 seconds and accelerated through 30 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds.
When you're trimming the 196 Captiva, you want to bring the trim up just to about the 1/4 mark on the trim gauge. If you go a little higher than that, you're going to start getting some operator-induced oscillation, so bring it back down and it'll be a more solid ride. You won't see the spray moving from the side of the boat back to the stern, but you will feel a boost in speed. When you're turning the 196, I like the 2.5 turn from lock to lock. You can make nice docile turns, and the 196 will carve through those turns quite nicely. But if you turn all the way, put it all the way to the lock, you'll bleed off so much speed that the stern wants to kind of fish around, but it never quite gets to that point. When you're accelerating, the bow will come up about 5 to 7 degrees, and I did not lose sight of the horizon at all throughout the entire acceleration. When I'm in the seated position, I think the engine control is a little bit high, but if you're up on the bolster, now it's much more comfortable. There's a nice armrest so you can rest your arm while you're using the controls and make nice incremental changes. I like that. Well, that's our full test and performance review of the 196 Captiva by Rinker. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.